also uh, uh, special talk is organized by Dr. Matthew. I thank you, Dr. Matt. Okay. Um, Also, we have to just introduced by Matt about Professor uh, Endang Dimirin and Professor Wamilian. Also, this on the back, the corner is my son-in-law. He studied in chemistry here. Okay. Okay, and then let us start with this is I just sharing about this topic. I last month I shared to in the Institute of Mathematics of Statistics in Japan, in Tokyo. I think the institute is developed by Akaiti. Maybe you know about Professor Akaiti from Japan. Let us start with the our focus of topic is about classical statistics, deep learning, hybrid model in forecasting time series data and its application. I heard that this school is going to open like doctoral program on data science. Is that right?
We're working
Okay,
on
this okay, that's
yes,
good. So this is maybe you can thinking about this topic because this is I read about the journal about the data science, and then there is a last comment and closing remark. They said that statistics, classical statistics, already there because of data science. But let us discuss briefly about this topic. Okay. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Okay. This is our outline presentation, but the first one is about introduction, background, why I came here, and then we can share for this topic and the objective of this studies, and then we talk about the data of time series, if either univariate or multivariate, and then we in the second one we talk about the motivation of the hybrid model. Why this hybrid model is we have to care about. And then the third one is how the hybrid model can build for to to forecast about the multivariate time series model data. And then the fourth is just to make clear about the hybrid model with the application. We have two applications here. So I think for 45 minutes we can for this. Okay. And then the closing remark is the like the roadmap of the future research. This is just may say that our country is here. This one about maybe more than 30,000, 13,000 islands we have. And then this is so I go here. We are here, Morgantown here, and then this is about 10,000 miles. Just of course, I can visit my grandchildren here. And then, how about if we share about this topic with this department? Okay. And this is our campus here. This is Sumatra, one of big island in Indonesia. Okay. And this is Jakarta. Maybe you hear about the Bali. Bali is a beautiful place for vacation. Maybe one day you can visit Bali here. Okay. Okay. This is my department building in University of Lampung, and our characteristic of maths in University of Lampung is there is some unique combined between theoretical and applied. With to formulate or identify the and solve the real world problem, especially in natural resource management, because we have a lot of natural resources, and then agriculture and health. And then, in order to make this process is effective, we utilize about computer technology and artificial intelligence, also of course, including machine learning and deep learning. Okay. Let us see why we need to develop a hybrid model. Forecasting is one the main objective in the time series analysis, especially in multivariate time series analysis. Okay, and this is we can forecasting making prediction about the future, play role in the decision making process, and maybe if you have company, you need to forecast about your product or your sales. Okay, this is we need accurate forecast. Otherwise, maybe your company is being broke. Okay. And traditional or classical statistics in analysis for time series model for univariate is very well-known model that is called Bob Jenkins model, yeah, for univariate. But in some case, or in general, actually in real world, it's not just univariate. We need multivariate because we have to handle about several variables, especially for endogenous variables. Yeah. So if you have more than one endogenous variable, you need multivariate time series model instead of just univariate. And then since the multivariate time series model is more complicated, of course, with univariate. Yeah, for example, for such as factor autoregression, or you can say factor autoregression. Yeah, PR, and if there is co-integration between or among dependent variable or endogenous variable, you need factor error for integration model or PT. And then, but this classical model, we assume this FAR model or PT model is linear. This is problem for forecasting. For prediction is okay, but for forecasting, in many cases is a problem. Let's see this. Okay. See, this is my publication, one of my publications. Yeah, about factor is sorry. Okay, but this is multivariate model, one instrumental. If you see about the prediction from this point to point, okay, it's great. The model is but when you forecast, this is little bit because this is linear, you know. Even though the confidence interval is. This is similar to our data. Yeah, our actual data is fluctuation. But why the forecasting is linear? It's slightly linear. Of course, there is also some cases it's not just linear. But in the long run, forecasting is dangerous. Okay. This is our concern. Why develop hybrid model with learning. Okay. Okay. On the other hand, learning, we can forecast it very well. Yeah. Since in deep learning, I'm not pretending as an expert on deep learning. I study system, but I use deep learning to help my myself. Okay. Okay. Um, but if there for especially for econometrician, yes, they need to understand the relationship between our amount and variable. Yeah, but deep learning is just look like a black box. They don't know how the mechanism of between relationship between among variables. Yeah, they just forecast. Oh, that's good. The forecast, and then the other limitation of deep learning is they need big data. They need big data, and this is problem if we have just the data just limited, and then okay. So and in 2003, there is Professor Zhang, I think from Georgia Tech in Atlanta. Yeah, they he developed hybrid, but just for univariate. Yeah, this is the background why Zhang developed hybrid, because in time series data may be complex between the trend is complex between linear and non-linear. Some cases may be linear, some cases are non-linear, but in some cases also it's a mix between linear and non-linear. So we have to open this kind of complexity. Okay. So our motivation in Lampung since 2000, I think after COVID, thanks also with COVID, because we can have much time to spare in this research. Yeah. We have team. I'm statistician and my colleagues in data science. So in a big data era, I think we need collaboration between statisticians or even mathematicians with data scientists. Yeah. Okay. We combine between classical statistics and deep learning. What we develop is the combination is parallel. We first analyze with classical, and then the output from the classical, that is the input for deep learning. This is the idea. It's simple, but if we don't do that, we're going to miss the kind of research topic research. Okay. So in general, the component of hybrid model is two: classical multivariate, or you can use univariate is okay, or multivariate. And then the second component is deep learning, of course. Okay. So our objective of this study is to develop hybrid modeling framework that integrate classical statistics and deep learning technique for forecasting multivariate time series data. This is our main objective of this talk today. Okay. So hybrid is the classical. You can choose any multivariate or univariate time series model. Yeah. And deep learning also, you can choose any deep learning. Of course, you have to consider both about the background of the data. Yeah, you got to, in general, to understand the properties of the data. Okay. This is classical. I thought I said that this is they give or provide clear understanding of data relationship through mathematical formulation. Of course, classical statistics is mathematical formulation. Okay, and then the deep learning is they know about the ability to learn complex, linear, or nonlinear. Okay. Then the main idea about the hybrid model, yeah, we analyze about the linear model first by classical statistics, and then the output of the data we have. If you analyze the data, this the output is two components, right? Prediction and error. Is that right? Okay. Then this output, this has become the input data of deep learning. Zhang developed that is, he just used the residual or the error. But in our opinion, and then we develop, it's not just about the residual, but also about the prediction. Okay. This is the differences between Zhang and our research. Of course, I do research also with just residual, with just like Zhang did. Okay. And for a while, the result is, if you consider residual and prediction is better than just residual. For a while, maybe some you can develop about the simulation research is better. Okay. Okay. This is, I just said that this is the classical and the deep learning. Okay. Okay. I can skip this because I have already told you about this. Okay. For example, you can see this model for factor autoregressive model. This is YT and an A0 and plus E1 and T-1 and so on. You can look at this. This is linear, additive. Yeah. So this model handles just linear model or linear data. The trend is linear, is great with far. And so far, even the data is fluctuation. Far is still good also, but it's just in prediction, not in forecasting. For prediction, they need not just prediction. Prediction is in the interval of our research, but for forecasting is like extrapolation, right? Prediction is just interpolation. Then, okay, or you can even use this model, look like this, PTM, for factor error correction model. If there is integration between endogenous variables, still additive. It means it's linear. Okay. And then when you analyze classical statistics, you may familiar with this vocabulary. This is to take this stationarity, because time series data need when you want to analyze the time series data, we have to check the stationarity of the data. Okay, and then if there is stationary, you can use far model. But it's not, you can transform that data or you can differentiate of that data. Okay, but this is more complicated than. But FAR model needs stationary initial data. Okay. And then to find a good model, you can may use optimum leg, and then you can, you see, we use KIT information criterion. I presented this in a KIT building in Tokyo. And then, if there is co-integration, but I'm so sorry because we are going just FAR model. We don't talk about the co-integration in 45 minutes. I'm sorry, man. Okay. And this is, if you want check the cost effect among the variable, dependent variable, you can check from Granger causality test. Okay. And this is deep learning. I have already told you what this. And this is the framework. I think you're familiar with this kind of framework of the long short-term memory. So our application is about hybrid, both FAIR and LSTM model. Okay. We have four gates in LSTM model, LSTM algorithm. We have 4-gate gate, output gate, and input gate. And then we have output this, and this is actually the gate, 10H here. Okay. And how to evaluate our model? We frequently use, I'm sorry, this is activation function. So become the deep learning word. Okay. We use sigmoid function and 10H function. This is for input, and then this is for output. And this is the key of the hybrid model we developed. Yeah, here. We call it this is proposed sequential hybrid model. It's sequential because first we analyze the data with the classical statistical model here. And the hybrid is we have to decompose among linear and nonlinear trends. Okay, and then the output from FAR or PHM model, we have residual data and then predicted data. This has become the input. Zhang just use the residual data. Several our students use this. Why? Because I say so. Problem. Okay. And then the others, a few, just use residual. But the current student use both residual and predicted or just residual. Just to make sure if this which one is better. Okay. And then before we use to analyze this, we have to split the data, which consists of data training and data testing, just like data science. Yeah, we use in our application is 90% for training, 10% for testing. Okay, you can choose 80, 20 or others, and you can do research about that. Okay, that combination. Okay, and then if you use residual data, we can say that is model 1 of hybrid, or you can name that is model 2, or you can use predicted data with model 1 or model 2 is okay. No problem, just the name. Okay. Of course, after you develop residual data, we have predicted also out and in, right? And then this output for forecasting, we have this, oh, sorry. With apostrophes. Yeah, this is hybrid. And this one is hybrid. And then we combine just, we assume that linear and nonlinear is additive, but you can still area if this is not additive, just fine. You can do that kind of reset, maybe multiplicative, or maybe exponential or something like that. So this kind of reset is still open to do reset. Okay. And this is our evaluation for the how good the model is by root mean square error and or by mean absolute percentage error. Usually I use this. Okay. See, this is the application. We I have enough fun. Yes, fine. Okay, thank you. We use real data. This is, I just finished. I sent to the one of journal, but still under review. But this is too long. It's about 6 months. They didn't consider about our paper. More please. It's okay. Okay. The data is about coffee export import volume of Indonesian coffee. So we have two dependent variables here as endogenous variable. That is the volume of export coffee and the volume of import coffee. In this case, we haven't considered about the exogenous variable. Okay. Okay. Just to make this kind of presentation simple, it's not complicated. Okay. And we use the data since, and the data is annually data from January 2010 till December 2023. Okay. And we use PAR and LSTM model. Okay. So if you have that kind of data, we use PAR model. Actually, I'm sorry, I have to delete moving average. But next time, maybe you have moving average. Because I have also the paper of this, but not published yet, but the pharma. Okay. But it is interesting also. And this is the general framework of this. Yeah. And we say that this for residual is the model 1. And for the predicted is model 2. And then we combine for testing. Okay. Let me say about this in more detail, so we can discuss about this. Okay. First of all, when you have the data, either univariate or multivariate, you just input the data and then you make the explorative statistic, how the fluctuation or so on, and or there is, if there is missing data or something like that. Okay. And we have to test the stationarity data. Okay. Is it stationary? If not, you have to transforming or differentiating. But it's yes, this is stationary, you can use directly for model. And we splitting data. maybe I said that 90% for training or 10% for testing. And then we estimate about farm model. Since this is stationary, you can use least square estimation method. If there is no stationary, you can use maximum likelihood estimation. Okay. And we have farm model prediction and then residual calculation also, and then farm model V evaluation, that is good or not. Okay. Then this kind of residual and prediction we use for hybrid. For example, this is for prediction. You can scale up for deep learning, that's fine. And then for residual, you also scaling up, and you this is process in deep learning. You can hyperparameter test tuning, and also in this model, and goes to prediction and forecasting using LCM model. Okay, so seems like we have two models, residual and predictive data here. And then finally for forecasting, we combine between prediction, data prediction, and residual. And we have a hybrid model for forecasting. This is include else apart from and non-linear, linear and non-linear after hybrid for forecasting. Okay, this is the result. See, our data is for export is the ADF probability test is like 0.005 is less than 5% significant level. So, and then also for import. So both of data is stationary. Okay, so we can use farm model in this case. And then how about the order of farm model? See, this is the optimum leg is in the second leg. So we can develop farm with order like 2. Okay. And then if you want to know about the causal effect between export and import, you can use gender causality test. Is common for econometrician. Okay, and then based on this, you see this is all of the causality is significant. So there is cause effect between export and import. Okay, maybe for next research, you can use how about if you combine with exogenous variables such as rate exchange or inflation or something like that, okay, to make more our research more close to the real problem. See, this one is prediction for farm model. This is great because the data and the actual is the trend is similar. Just for prediction. Also for this this is import actually. Yes, I'm so sorry. And the map is about 0.5. So the accuracy about 100% minus 0.5% is about 90%. It's a good model actually. But you can see the for forecasting. See? In prediction is good for export, and but the
forecasting is like increase but linear. Also for import goes down. Okay. And then for FAR and LSA, the hybrid one. Yeah. See, the forecasting is the trend is similar to the actual data. This is for prediction data. Yeah. This is for export and this is for import. And this is for residual data. This is for export and import. And then we combine. And when we forecast, the result is, this is the blue one. The trend is look like similar with the trend of our actual data. It's not just linear. Okay, this is for export and this is for import. Okay, this is our conclusion about our analysis about hybrid data, and this is, you can see this is little bit higher than just classical model. Okay, little bit higher, but the forecasting is better, much better. Even the accuracy is a little bit higher, just maybe 1%, but the forecasting is okay, more accurate than just classical. And this is the second application. This is Alhani, is my former undergraduate student. Okay. This is the data, and she used VTM model, just found. Okay. And this is about stock price and the exchange rate for X. Okay. Okay, this is the our classical model with VTM model. And the forecasting is like this. Actually, the actual data is this. This is so far from the actual data. But for the prediction is okay, no problem. The classical. So if we cannot control this kind of forecasting, it's dangerous. Okay. Okay, this is for data prediction, and then this is for okay. So we jump to the our closing remark. Of course, this is maybe too early to say that this is the best. Not yet. We need more research, doing research. So that's why I want to talk to West Virginia University about this. Maybe there is value for you, and then maybe for in general for science. Okay. And you can use kind of various areas, even for environment or health, as long as there is time series data, or even for classification. What I try to say that data science is very important, but in order to more effective data analysis, you got to combine with classical statistics. This is our channel. Okay, this is the reference. This is our main literature exam 2003. If I have time, I want to visit him in Atlanta because I graduated from Alabama, this close. But there is 30 years ago. I hope there is no question that make me hard. Don't give you hard time with your question, but we welcome. Because 30 years ago, my advisor in University of Alabama said, Warsono, you get to be careful. Because this is our last chance to make you suffer. Be careful with the doctoral student. Okay. This is our current research with my undergraduate student. Yeah. This is I just cropped from their presentation. I said I need your cover of your presentation so we can say that our current research in University of Lampung, especially in math department. See, this is various topic. We have actually seven undergraduate students under my advisory. Then we have also 2 students in magister degree, and we have 1 in another university. They have already statistics and data science department, but we don't have yet about the department in University of Lampung. Maybe soon. Okay, this is our current topic with my undergraduate student. Thank you very much for your attention. We are welcome for some more input or something that we can discuss. Okay, thank you very much. Back to you.
So did you want to take questions if anyone had any?
Okay. I have, okay. Sophomore, for one question. Okay, thank you very much. Please, Prof.
I have question.
Okay.
Linear regression of your coefficient constant. Do you know if something is due to a regression model with a random coefficient?
No.
And assume your matrix is random.
Yeah.
What you can say?
Okay. This is, we can say that you can choose a random model. Okay. Or we can choose the combine among fixed and random. But is that? I don't know. I am so sorry.
Combine, what means combine?
Yes, if combine, okay, I understand that. Okay. I mean that is you maybe analyze with fixed and then the other with random. You can compare each other, not combine. Sorry. Okay. Professor Wamilano, do you have something?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just little souvenir. Sorry.
That's a simple from something. Yeah.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you, Professor. Okay. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Young Seok. I'm a assistant professor of the department at the statistics division.
Okay.
So I have 2 questions.
Okay.
Yeah, but thank you first. Thank you for your nice talk.
Okay.
So first question is, so it seems from your method, you predicted a forecasted trend
Yeah.
would be non-linear.
Yeah.
But how do you validate your forecast let's say, variation of the forecast. What I mean is the forecasting variance.
Okay,
That is the first question.
okay. Okay, I.
So like from the time series. we
Okay,
can go,
I
right?
understand that. One day, in the government, I give the presentation about the multivariate. Then, there is, the data is, monthly data. The presentation is on December. But I have till just September, okay? Then, I forecast, including for October and November and December. There is, I feel like, having nervous about them. Because, why? The boss is said to the assistant, do you have the actual data for now, October, November, and December? Okay, so you have to compare with our forecast. And this is exactly the same. Ultimately. If there is now the same with the actual, maybe they kick me out, maybe. Because, this is a government about the harvest of paddy, that, rice. This is a billion hectare. You mean this is a billion hectare, it's one country. This is, so as statistician, oh, thanks God. If no, I don't know, I think we can make it sleep at the night. So you have the strategy for research, yeah? You don't use all of the data. Or you can forecast, predict at the time if the your research finish on like what month is it? April. Your research is finished maybe December, right? And then you just keep the data from May to December to compare with your forecast. Is that which I don't know.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Thank you. And the second one?
Go on. I think it's.
Okay, thank you.
Another one.
Okay,
Oh, another one.
I think you still have,
One here.
I'm so sorry, Professor.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay. Another question, please. Okay,
My name is Brady. I'm a junior in data science.
okay, that's great. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
I noticed that some of your projects use LSTMs and some use GRUs.
Yeah,
What differences have you noticed?
okay, it is, GRU is, more simple than, LSTM. Okay, and then, we just as, advisor, so we can, compare with that, kind of, method. But for the student, it's just enough for just GRU and just, LSTM. If, for doctoral program, maybe I have to ask what to, compare that kind of, deep learning. Okay. Okay, thank you.
No, you still have it.
Okay.
Yeah. Moving ahead. Yeah, you may give him a.
First, okay.
Oh, okay, thank you.
So, the question is easy.
Before it's asking, yes,
Thank you for asking question. Thank you. I'm a master's student of mathematics department.
Okay.
So thank you for this nice presentation. My question is regarding your data set of your application. So how was the size of your data set? Like how many data points were
Oh,
there?
okay, then you can, say about
160 or 165 or something, because it is about 13 years and monthly, just you just three and the data is what of the actually it's not big data actually. Yeah. If you have better big data, since maybe 18 or 19 is much better. I don't have that kind of data. But you can use our kind of simulation. So you can generate as many data you want. Okay, it's better simulation. Our deficiency is about simulation. Okay, if we can join both the simulation, this is very much better. Okay, thank you.
That means, sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. That means this was the motivation for using the hybrid model, for having a
Yeah.
small data set.
Okay, yes, yes, because I should say honestly that is our research is after COVID. I think it's not long history about this. Yes, so, yeah, but the classical also is longer. But the deep learning is, I think, it's kind of new area, maybe 10 years. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, another question?
Any more questions?
You can ask when I in later also with my email.
Yeah, I'll be
Someone
that
may-
for everyone.
That's my email. Or I can give my
It's been a number,
Yeah.
cut number.
card number. That's it.
Yeah, this one.
Thank you for the. Thank you. Contact us. Because I can answer, I can ask them, another professor in the.
It's about 5:30 anyway, so perfect timing.
Thank you very much.
Terima kasih. Yeah, terima kasih.
Okay,
Thank you.
Terima kasih means, thank you. Thank you so much for your, thank you. I'm so sorry, there is something, scientists can, make error, that's fine. As long as not, to be honest. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay,
Hey,
man,
we have a souvenir
for the other department.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, you as representative of,
Yes.
okay, please here.
There we begin.
Halo Mbak, ini sini Mbak.
Sorry, bright lights.
Yeah. Boleh lagi maju.
Yeah. Want to get a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna get better lighting in here.
Yeah.
We have wonderful technology that you can just push it, touch a button, and it doesn't ring. Presley, can you please push the button over there by the door, on the wall, by the door? See if that one is better. It's more of a just a.
Yeah.
This one did not want to work.
There we have better lighting. You can say I'm handsome. No. This is our also our school from Lampung. With the second. No, don't say anything. And then
This is the one for my.
You can, Dr. Professor Anand, just give to me.
So put it.
Yeah. Wait.
Oh.
They're.
We'll wait until your mom.
This is a traditional lampoons, and people use this for like a straw, and sometimes they use that like what you call it, sagu.
Okay.
So I think that.
This is the most basic question. Thank you very much.
I'm waiting for you.
What's my turn favorite?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to come up.
Oh,
First. Yeah. We have to communicate.
They hold on to your.
so for those who would like more pizza, we still have a full pepperoni pizza. Feel free to have recognition service.
Okay.
We can.
See?
Not necessary.
No, okay.
Then I come, your,
Yeah,
that way.
I give twice on. No, no.
Thank you.
3, 2, 1. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Please, Professor. No problem. No problem.
Ready?
Okay. Nice to meet you.
How are you? Huh? Oh, I will say. Thank you.
Alright. Okay, thank you. Nice to meet you. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
That's.
It's
homemade. Are you?
Yes, by hand.
Would you like to share one of those?
Yeah.
Do you want to? You're not.
Okay.
Set it like this. Oh, what's your gears on top? You got that? Do it there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
My department.